and Joel. Ramon, first of all, congratulations. Heart and Balls was unbelievable. That was one of the great efforts that I've seen in a long time. Do you feel like even though you lost, you won in a way, and that you made a lot of new fans, and that you got an L in the loss column, but maybe a win everywhere else that matters?
First things first, I want to thank everybody that's here tonight. I want to thank my promoter, Samson Bekovic. I want to thank my trainer. I want to thank my manager, Michael Miller. Also want to thank Bob Aram, Top Rank. I think I've never cared about losses because for me it was the best fighting the best. I've always said that, and as a kid I dreamt of stuff like this, to be able to fight on a big stage like this in front of thousands of people in Vegas, stuff like that. And I was just here to give my all. You know what I mean? I told my trainer before this, in the hotel room, I said, look, if I go out, I'm gonna go out on my shield. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I did. And again, I think like you said, I gained some fans, and I'm not necessarily sad about it. I'm just kind of bummed out. But I mean, it is what it is, boxing.
How frustrating was it for you? Because when he was hitting you, you were winging some shots that were missing by not much, right? And it had to be frustrating to know that you're that close to maybe dropping him and beating one of the great fighters in the world.
It's not, it wasn't so much frustrating, it's boxing. You know what I mean? He had good timing. I was just trying to catch him coming in, and I knew that his hands would go down. I knew his hands would go down when he would throw punches. So, our game plan was really to catch him in between his shots, and again, we dropped him, but it is what it is.
And Joe, I just want to ask you, the chin that he displayed in there, is that something you've seen before, or did he show you something different tonight with the way he was able to take those shots?
You mean Inoue or Ramon? Well, look, I know Ramon. I know Ramon since I met him, and I really like his style. He's durable because he's part of 130s, 135s in the gym. Sometimes I don't have 122 pounders in it. And I knew he would take a punch. And communication is very important between the fighter and the coach. That's why I told him before the fight, I'm going to be asking you questions in the corner, and I want the truth. Because in order for me to know what's happening, I can make adjustments. So every time he came to the corner, I asked him, how you feeling? How's his power? The coach is okay, but he won't hurt me. He won't knock me out. I said, okay, but just, follow the game plan. You're doing great. And in a lot of moments, he followed the game plan and he did well. He needed a little bit more of that body work on Inoue, but Inoue is very explosive. He's a great fighter. Much respect to him and his team. And like Ramon said, coach, he never hurt me. He overwhelmed me. He has great power, great speed and volume of punches. I was just overwhelmed. It wasn't that he hurt me. So, at least I want to say sorry to the people for the fights we had this weekend. I'm very sorry. I'm a big fan and I'm a trainer. But I wanted to come here and give the fans a great fight. And this is whenever you guys see Team Diaz in an event, you guys are going to have a great fight. I promise you guys, till the death die. That's why I choose my fighters, and I know what I got. And Ramon Cardenas and any other fighters that are coming along, I'll give you guys the best fights. Tonight, he showed what kind of a warrior he is. And like I told him, even if you put up a great fight, just show the people what you got. Sometimes you gain. Even if you walk out of that ring with a loss, you gain. Tonight, I feel like now a lot of people know who Ramon Cardenas is.
Ramon, quick question here. Was, in a way, everything that they described, were you impressed overall by what you saw and what you faced tonight?
Yeah. Again, he's pound for pound one of the greatest fighters ever, really. Like I said, it wasn't so much the power, because I've gotten hit a little harder from other fighters. It was more the overwhelming that he would throw 6, 7, 8 punches at a time, and I was just like, oh shit. It was never, like I told the ref, when he stopped the fight, I was like, I'm good. And the ref was like, no, I gotta save you from yourself. And I was like, fuck, I was disappointed, but it is what it is. I'm never gonna argue with the ref on why he does stuff, or why he does what he does. You know what I mean? Maybe he saw something that I didn't, but yeah, again, he's pound for pound great. You know what I mean? I just wanted to come out and show the fans and prove, like, hey man, boxing has to go back to like my trainer said, the best fighting the best, and it's not a popularity contest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And Joel, one question for you. That knockdown looked a lot like Neri with that right hand coming down at a certain distance. How much did you study that fight in preparation for this fight with Ramon?
I never studied the fight. I never did. I just saw I saw a little video of Neri knocking him down. Neri's a lefty, he's a righty. And I've seen Inoue go down a couple times, but never studied, never saw a video. I just focused on him. Styles make fights, and I knew that he wasn't gonna be the same as Neri, and he wasn't gonna be the same as Nonito. But like I said, I was gonna make adjustments as the first round. First round, I always use it to see what he's doing good and what he's doing wrong. And the game plan we had was great, you know. And I knew, because Ramon has power on both hands, I knew that sooner or later, if he caught him, he was gonna drop him. It was just a matter of time. But yeah, as the rounds went by, he was overwhelmed, slowed down, and you know, I just took over.
Ramon, obviously he's undisputed, so it's kind of tough. Like, where's the next title fight coming for you? Where do you see yourself going from here, though?
That's a good question, because he's the, I mean, like, that's a good question. Ultimately, that's the thing I gotta leave to this guy and my manager. You know what I mean? They the ones who manage my career. I hear he has a call, so.
There is a call.
Ultimately, you know, for me, and, you know, you could, my manager's over there, you could ask him, I'll fight anybody. It doesn't matter who it is, I'll fight anybody, as long as the money's good, I'll fight anybody, and, other than that, man, I mean, I don't know where we go from here, you just take a day at a time. I'm gonna take a good vacation to Japan, after this, and then, we'll figure it out.
I just wanted to ask you, I mean, there was many times where it was like hellacious volume of punches coming your way, and you stood there and took them. What were you telling yourself during those moments?
I mean, I was, as funny as it sounds, man, you know, I would get hit and I would kind of smile, because, I mean, again, I love boxing, man. I love boxing, and I love being in there, you know what I mean? I love being in the ring, I love giving people a show, you know what I mean? Ultimately, you know, all you guys came to see a good show, so I love it, and I enjoy fighting, you know what I mean? I enjoy fighting, and I was enjoying the moment.
Thank you guys. Now we're about. Ernesto, you have to have the mic. No, Ernesto, we're about to welcome in the monster Naoya Inoue coming in right now.
Last thing, real quick before I go. Everybody's been calling me a lip driver, but I'm a hell of a tough lip driver.
Come on, stay here.
Good evening. Congrats to both fighters. And Naoya, could you talk about the experience of coming here to Las Vegas, Nevada, to the USA, and fighting at the T-Mobile Arena against this particular opponent? How does this experience compare to your experiences fighting in Japan?
カルデナスは映像で見せたよりも、もっともっと強い選手でした。またこのラスベガスでカルデナスと戦えたこと、自分のキャリアの中ですごくいい経験になりました。
I'm very proud that I fought Cardenas in Las Vegas, and he was much tougher than I thought he would be, and it was a great experience for me.
Where do you go?
Naoya, I wanted to ask, after you got dropped early in the fight, what adjustment did you make after the knockdown to allow you to have success?
まず落ち着いて、ポイントをピックアップしていくことを考えました。
To be calm and fight, win every other round by points.
My question is for Ramon. When you dropped him, did you think that he was going to get up?
I mean, I knew he was gonna get up because he's a warrior. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, he's pound for pound one of the greatest fighters. So, you know, I knew he wasn't gonna go down that easy. You know, so shit, yeah, I knew he was gonna get up.
Naoya, was the experience of fighting here enough to entice you to want to return? Do you want to return to the United States and fight here again?
また機会があれば戦いたいなと思います。
If I have a chance, I would like to fight over here again.
Naoya, right here. You talked about Ramon being very durable. When you went down in the second round and then when he went down, were you guys just trying to knock each other out? Because both of your hooks, your hooks were millimeters apart. Were you just not wanting to go to the body, or were you guys just headhunting the entire time?
試合の中盤以降は相手を殴り合って戦おうっていうあれで戦ってました。
そうですね、まあ両方ですね、ジャブをつけながらボクシングをする戦い方と打ち合うところは打ち合う。
I wanted to use my jab and fight my style of boxing. At the same time, I wanted to knock him out.
Naoya, congratulations. Where do you go from here? When will we see the fight with fellow Japanese WBC bantamweight champion Junto Nakatani?
中谷選手とはいつ試合を行いそうですか。
いつ行いそうですか。
5月ぐらいですか。Maybe next May, next year, 2026.
井上チャンピオン、おめでとうございます。先ほどカルデナス、思ったよりもいい選手だったっていう言葉があったんですけど、具体的にどういったところ、パワー、スピード、スキル、どういったところでしょう？
まあ全体的なボクシングもそうですけど、一番感じたのはすごい対策をしてきてるなっていうのを感じました。まあ僕が見ていた映像とは全く違うカルデナスでした。まあタフさはすごくあるな、やる前から思ってたので、そう簡単にはいかないなと思ったんですけど、まあタフさはそのままです。
He said that Cardenas was much more stronger and tougher than what he expected. That's basically what he said.
We're gonna do one last one, Lance.
Ryan, congratulations on the win. I wanted to ask you, when you have a fight like this, do you say to yourself that you should probably just stay at 122 pounds, given the wealth of talent that is here for you, or do you think that you will be encouraged to go up to featherweight at some point?
スーパーバンタムでこういういい試合を続けて変化に組んで、この階級に残った方がいいと思っているのが、その階級を上げるべきだと将来には。
まあこの階級で体重を作っていくことができる限り、この階級で戦います。
As long as I can make weight at this division, I would stay in this division.
Thank you, Lance. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming out for one hell of an event. Thank you, Naoya. Thank you, Ramon. And we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.